There all just keep going around the table. The last thing we want to do is waste food. We do not want to do that. Look, there are a lot of people here, a lot of people eating, a lot of people making this happen, basically feeding a town all at once. So I want to give a round of applause to all the workers that are here. Thank you all. Thank you all for putting up with us. We appreciate it very, very much. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the genesis of this event and what the purpose is. Obviously, it's to educate, but anytime you have a problem, the first thing to do is to make sure as many people know about the problem as possible. As is the case with any issue, if it's out of your mind, then it sort of doesn't exist. And this is why major charities, they don't have a big day once a decade or once every 20 years informing people about Alzheimer's or cancer or heart disease or whatever. They do it every year. And when I was a member of Congress, they used to come visit me every year, particularly when research funding was available. Why? Because if it wasn't on my mind, then it was happening, but I wasn't paying the appropriate amount of attention to the issue. So the first thing that I wanted to achieve with this conference, this summit, is to use the statewide nature of the Attorney General's office and our staff to raise awareness on this issue. Because as you've heard already this morning, if you ask people walking by on the street, what's human trafficking, you'll get different definitions. Means that terminology means different things to different people. And sometimes it's accurate, and sometimes it's not. We have some educating to do, and we have awareness to increase. And so that first and foremost, it was the goal, is the goal, and that's actually why early on, I didn't know Rachel was going to take me seriously, but I said, let's try to get to 1,000. Let's try to get to 1,500 people. The reason, because we need more people to know. And the reason that we emphasized not just law enforcement, not just those working in victims services, not just those who professionally work in this space, but we wanted to very specifically and intentionally encourage everyone, regardless of your occupation. We wanted to encourage everyone who could attend to attend. And I think from talking with people and watching some of the hands being raised, I think we have a really good mix. We do have a lot of professionals here. We have law enforcement and prosecutors and victim services people and community leaders. I saw some state representatives and state senators I didn't even know were in the audience earlier. I see some mayors here. Lots of different people sitting at the same table, getting to know each other, networking about this problem. And so I feel like that's an indication that on the awareness front, we're doing exactly what I wanted to do, what we collectively wanted to do. Raise awareness and make sure that everybody is on the same page as to what the problem is. Secondly, beyond just raising awareness, the goal is to educate on how we combat the problem. How we do that, how do law enforcement work most effectively, victim services, advocates, And everyday Arkansans, what do? If they are educated on it and they see something and they feel like they want to say something. We don't want anybody leaving here today not knowing how to report, what to do about it. And certainly, you always can call the state police, your local law enforcement, but just so no one walks out of here wondering what they can do if they see something at a truck stop, or they see something going on somewhere in town, at a hotel or whatever. At a minimum, you can call our office. It's a catch-all number. It's the main number, but you can call our main number. It's on the website, but I'll just give it to you. It's 682-2007, 501-682-2007. And if you tell someone in a nursery, AJ's shop, because her people are going to answer, if you tell them you believe you've observed activity related to human trafficking, her people are going to be educated on what that means and who you need to talk with. And obviously it wouldn't stop there, but that is a fallback. And I can assure you that that's going to be brought to my attention personally. It's going to be brought to our chief prosecutors, Ron's here still somewhere. He's over there eating. Good job. And Wayne Bewley. Well, while we're on the topic of Ron, so Ron Cooper, our chief prosecutor, and Wayne Bewley, who was 34 years with LRPD, Little Rock Police Department, he's my chief of special investigations. They're right over there. They'll give you their cell phones. They'll give you a cell phone. It may or may not be their cell phone. Just kidding. We always give out our cell phones. Most of you have mine. That's why I was going to skip giving it out. But the point is, once you know what you're looking for, once we've raised the awareness, then we want to come behind that and equip you with the best tactics, the best things to do when you see this sort of problem or you feel like this problem is occurring. That's what the next 2 days are packed with. You'll see in the afternoon, we have breakout sessions. That's because some training is specifically suited for law enforcement, and some is suited for other types of professionals or just people who want to know. And we have attempted to tailor that in the afternoons with the breakouts, and you'll see that in the agenda. So a lot of times in life, we shine a light on a problem, everybody goes back home, and then you wait for the next big event. But what we want to do is we want to send people out equipped, so you don't have to wait for the next event. We won't put on a 1,500 person a year event on human trafficking. Is she okay? Do we have a doctor in here? Do we have a doctor in here? Or a medical professional? Okay. Will you make sure that 911, the ambulance is coming?